Hi, I'm Gabriel, and this is Learning English Path. And in this lesson, I'm going to give you the types of prepositions in the English language. Types of prepositions. Okay, what is a preposition? A preposition is a word that connects a noun or a pronoun to another word. It's about the relationship between one noun or a pronoun to another word or element in the clause. All right. And there are different types of prepositions. And I'm not talking about the academic types that have to do with simple prepositions, double prepositions, compound prepositions, participle prepositions. We're not going to get that complex in this lesson. This is all about these 6 types of prepositions. Remember, there are many ways to categorize different kinds of words, and prepositions are no different. So you could categorize it by talking about, whether it's a phrase or a simple word, or you could categorize it like this: prepositions of place, prepositions of time, prepositions of direction, prepositions of duration, prepositions of manner, or prepositions of cause. Okay, now this is not the only way to categorize prepositions, but this is one way, and we're going to take a look at that just for your purpose now. I think it's a very useful way to think about prepositions. So here we go. Prepositions of place. Now this is where you want to talk about where a noun is in relation to another noun. All right, so where is it? Is it in the box, on the box, under the box, next to the box, in front of the box, behind the box, between the 2 boxes, right? Or is it at the beach? Is it above the water? Is it beneath the water? Is it beyond the hills? Or is it near the box? All right, so these are all prepositions of place, and it's probably the kinds of prepositions that you learn about first when you learn English. Okay, something very physical, something tangible, prepositions of place. And closely related to prepositions of place are prepositions of direction. Now, this indicates where you should go, or which direction you should go in or look in order to find something. So, do you go towards the box? Do you go through the tunnel? Do you go into the room? Do you go over the hills? Do you go along the path? Or do you go past the building on the right? These are all prepositions of direction, and they're a little bit different to prepositions of place because they indicate movement, all right? Where you should move, where you should go, which direction. And then we have prepositions of time. Prepositions of time include in, on, at. So, for example, in 1 hour, or in the year 2020. Or you would say on Wednesday, or on the weekend. Speaking of weekend, you can also say at the weekend, right? Say at the weekend, at night, right? You would say in the 21st century, or in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, right? But then, of course, we've got at night. So these are prepositions of time. Then you have prepositions of duration, which are related to time. right? In the same way, it's easy to remember prepositions of place, and then prepositions of direction is movement, right? But then you've got time, and then prepositions of duration. You can remember they're connected in a similar way there. So you could say from and to, right? From 5 to 7, or from 5 till 7, or from 5 until 7, right? These are all prepositions of, this is one kind of way to use a preposition of duration. And we've got since, right? Since 2017, for 3 years, about or around. So it will last for about 1 year, or it will last around 1 year. It will last about 5 minutes, around 5 minutes. Also throughout the 5 years that I have worked here. And then over the weekend, right? Duration, over the weekend, over the last 5 years. And then we have ones that get a little more complicated. Prepositions of manner. A preposition of manner indicates the way in which something was done. So, for example, we've got the word by here. You would say, I learned it by heart. Or like, I acted like a madman. Or I love you like crazy. And then we have with, like, I did it with the best intentions, right? Or handle this with care. All right, so these are prepositions of manner. And they're not all the prepositions of manner, by the way. It's possible to use other ones also, like for and in, right? I did something in anger. And then lastly, we have prepositions of cause. And this kind of preposition indicates why something was done, right? So because, for, due to, or since. So I did it because I love you. Or I did it for love. Or I did it due to my feelings. Or I did it since I didn't know what else to do, right? These are prepositions of cause. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you click that bell so that you know when I publish a new free lesson here on YouTube. And if you want to learn English with songs, then don't forget to click the link in the description to get my free PDF guide to 101 songs to learn English. I have hundreds of exercises for you to study English, English grammar, English vocabulary, English idioms, practice your English listening, and even your speaking while listening to the very best songs to study English with. All right. And when you get it, then you also get my weekly email with 5 words of the week, where I teach you another 5 words every single week so that you continue to take your English language learning to that next level. All right, my friend, I'm Gabriel Wallace. Keep learning and keep going.